Hi, I'm Darko Lafuente. I am the artist on all these comic books that you are seeing here, and I'm here to recommend you more books. The first book I want to recommend is Leviathan by Ian Eddington and Disraeli. This was serialized in 2000 AD, or it may be in Judge Dredd magazine. I should have checked this before recording the video. It's sort of a mystery horror story taking place aboard a huge ship the size of a city that is lost at sea. It's about what happens between the inhabitants of this ship, mystery, legends, kind of horror themes. The Israelis' work is always good, but this one is one of my favorites, top-notch stuff. Next, I want to recommend Button Man 4. Button Man was created ages ago by John Wagner and Arthur Ranson, and with the fourth series, Fraser Irving takes over the art chores. Button Man follows an assassin, a mob hitman. It's emotional, action-packed, interesting, really well done and well colored. It's a very nice read. I highly recommend it. John Wagner's script is tight as hell. Now these are short books, and I think you maybe in these times that it's everything sucks very badly. Something even shorter could be interesting because it's difficult to find concentration and focus. I recommend this. It's a collection of short stories for the EC magazines that Bernie Krigstein did over the years. Of course, it contains the Master Race story that Frank Miller homaged in Daredevil, but overall, it's just really solid storytelling, very crude with their main characters, very stylish in the approach to the artwork, to the overall flavor of the stories. Bernie Krigstein was really a talented, way ahead of his time, and it's interesting to know more about his work aside from being one of the big influences in Frank Miller. Short fiction, 8-page stories. If you don't feel too much one, the next one is gonna be excellent for sure. So solid read. Okay, now short stories about tragic endings and all that. Maybe something lighter. So I want to recommend People Chew by Felipe Smith. Now, Felipe Smith is one of my favorite creators. If you don't know this book, maybe you'll recognize him for having created Robbie Reyes, the, I think, latest version of the Ghost Rider. Before that, Felipe was living in Japan and working for a magazine with an ongoing series that he wrote and drew by himself. People Chew is this one. It begins as a sort of slice of life story about a couple of nerds who work one works at a comic shop, another is a customer in LA. Then they travel to Japan, and there is this culture clash between what the otaku expects of Japan and what the Japanese experience he's having is. Then the mob gets involved, and an assassin that is incredibly violent in the vein of Lobo, a woman who's a model, and it's it's quite indescribable, but it works well as an action comedy. I think it's very interesting and fun. Definitely check it out. And last but not least, one of my favorites, and a true classic, which is Yoshihiro Tatsumi's Adrift in Life. It's an autobiography of Tatsumi, one of the great mangakas in history. It tells his story from post-war Japan, him getting into mangas, how the industry was in those very weird years after the war, how it began to evolve, how his career changed when his own ideas about what to do in comics evolved, his relationship with Osamu Tezuka and other contemporary mangakas, and all that. It's it's a brick. It's really big. Highly recommended. It's just an incredible piece of storytelling. Hope you like these books and stay safe. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Grendel Tales, Devils and Deaths by Darko Macan and Edwin Bukovic. It's a true classic. I rank it in the at the level of Watchmen, and it's for the most part out of print. It's included in a compilation with other Grendel stuff. I implore you to find this book and read it. It's one of the best books you'll ever have the chance to enjoy. War drama. It's sad, it's funny, it's tragic, it's violent. It's a true underrated masterpiece.